Hello, welcome to Showtime number 5, ProCast, where we have a big pop screen in our face. Great start. The first game we have tonight, or should I say the people we have today with us, is SPALE versus QV. Awesome, right? So in our first game, we're going to have, jump into it straight away. Here we go. Our first game, we have on the right, SPALE, and on the left, QV. I'm going to quickly enable sounds for the games, and we see that we're practicing on mines. So let's get rid of this. Okay, cool. So we're on the side of QV, and we've noticed they've gone for the VK2801 combos with two 30T32s. Now we saw the other time with the others, they're not going to kill me, are they going to kill me, are they going to kill me? Doesn't matter. Yay, they remembered. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, remember from last time when we were watching with the Pirates and with Kaznakaru and all this sort of jazz, they love to go with the VK combinations as well. The VK combinations are great to counter the threat from the AMX 1390s, and we already have action in the middle there as the SPALE team decides that they're going to contest the hill. Only with Muppetix, and that kind of makes me feel that they're trying to say, hey, we know you're going to take it, we're not going to contest you because you're T32s. Now, what's important to note is that the SPALE team has gone for a completely different loadout. A very more, what I would say, traditional loadout for this map. Completely lights and medium tanks. And I call the AMX 5100 a medium tank because it's not heavy. Come on, guys, it's just not a heavy, right? But on the left-hand side, we have QV with two T32s. Now, we saw the Pirates decide that it was actually a bad idea having the T32s. And that was because they were too slow. But having two of them instead of just one, because if I remember rightly, they just had one T32. And it didn't work out for them, so they went back to a pure light team. And that maybe is better, having two, because they can support each other. So their push and their situation in the game is a lot stronger because of it. So let's have a look around what's going on in the middle, where Schnitzel is going to have a look around the outside of the mines map. Remember, the middle is very important because it gives you this territory. You own this entire territory because, well, you can see everywhere. You can see off to the east, off to the west, looking down, and so on and so forth. So if we switch cams, we can see what's going on over here. Let's see if we can enable our free cam to have a better look around. Okay, so we expect the scouting forces to be over here, and the, oh my, artillery is spotted for SPALE over here. Earlfish probably doesn't know he's been spotted, or does he? Yes, he does. He's on the move. He knows he has to get out of there. But unfortunately, he goes down. Where was he hiding? Where was he hiding? Over here somewhere. I can't see him. He's not rendering for me. So let's go back to normal mode. Can we go back to normal mode, please? Okay. Back to the middle here. It was a great shot over from the hill. That's why it's important to have a few guys on the hill, sorry, to the west on the island, because you can get these shots down to the artillery, which favours his position. And Schnitzel has been hit. The VK down there is also taking a shot. Who is it? Doc Lucky. Not very good, but there we go. Schnitzel goes down. Unfortunate positioning for him. He was trying to use the 50-meter rule to spot, which is great for his teammates to know where the enemy are. However, it's not good for his life expectancy. So, what we now need to see, and this is what I'm curious about, what we're going to see here, is the T32s. The T32s, I'm not sure what they can do here, but without the artillery support, they're much safer. As long as they stay like Major Goldfield is doing, and staying on the hill looking down, then he's not going to be able to get surrounded by the little tanks. And that's the only way that the AMXs are going to be able to swarm the T32s, is if they can get around the back and unload a whole canister. And that just isn't going to happen if this guy is poking over the edge and taking a few shots. So the advantage, in my opinion, really heavily falls in QV's favour. One tank down a peaches. But the Lorraine is down for SPALE, which is disastrous against two T32s. Ullafish obviously didn't know or didn't think to reposition after they lost the island early on when the T1 goes down. And oh, great shot there from Major Goldfield, taking out Doffikin from SPALE. The VK2801 has gone down, which leaves them with one left and two AMX 1390s with the AMX 5100. They're not out by a long shot. They can still pull something off, but this has been fantastic play from QV, showing you why they're an important clan to remember and respect. They've got no hit points lost really for their entire team, apart from their one tank that's gone down with one shot against the VK over there, Heinz. QV, if you remember rightly, was involved quite heavily with the early Wargaming Cups, the Fun Cup and things like that. We saw QV a lot back then. We haven't seen them for a while, so it's really nice to be able to see them again. Let's check out what the VK is doing over here. We haven't actually seen much of SPALE over here. We saw SPALE guarding the hill here, a few over here, but no one over here. So let's see if there is actually anyone about. Expand the basic mini-map so you guys can have a better look at what's going on. Okay, let's head over and see. It's a very defensive tactic from QV. I'm thinking they're a bit too defensive. A bit too defensive here because they have a massive advantage. They could push through the T-32s, although one of them has taken a shot to the side. I'm surprised Hayes hasn't got a repair kit to use on his ammo rack. I guess he doesn't deem it important. Remember guys, this is a training and we're on an 8-minute delay. And because it's an 8-minute delay, I won't be able to answer your questions immediately, but I will do between the battles. So we get to see some excitement there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add the volume of the music on because why not? Just as he takes a shot there, and he's tracked in the open. He obviously doesn't have a repair kit, else he would be trying to repair. And here we go. Oh, good dodge there. He's surrounded, and he's going to go down. There's no way he was going to be able to dodge that. Two AMX 90s from the sides, but that was great scouting from him. His teammates really haven't capitalized on it though. And I'm now curious of what QV are trying to do. I think they're trying to take advantage of their artillery. But right now, if they just pulled together and did a big push, both the T-32s just down the middle with the VKs in support, they could easily just take out the main and go straight for the base, killing probably 3 in the way. I think the thing they're trying to find is the AMX 5100. They haven't seen it yet, and there it is. Okay, so they found that now. They must be making their play now. They've got all the information they need. They know exactly what all of SPALE is. If they don't move now, then I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe Christmas. But SPALE also know that they've been spotted, and there we go. Oh, 21 HP. Who's going to load first? Oh, the AMX 5100 reloads ever so fast in the SU-26. Revenge kills. Alright, so there we go. We've lost all heavy tanks from SPALE. They're down to their 2 AMX 1390s. But QV still have their VK2801. So the T2801 is very good against the AMXs. However, the AMXs is trying to outplay, go for the SU-26. This is the disadvantage of T-32s. So the T-32s are now kind of out of position. Major Goldfield knows exactly what's going on and is trying to be able to cover the route towards the SU-26. But will the 90s actually go for a capping? I don't think so, because that was a great shot there from Maniac, Aim Maniac, because he managed to there take out half the HP. Oh, great shot from Major Goldfield, and one more shot, and we've got one AMX 1390 down. No, he misses. Aim Maniac misses, and Goldfield goes for the shot. Can we see from this point of view? No, a miss again. Are they going to engage at close range? I reckon one of them should stay on the hill and the other one moves forward. That's exactly what they do. A Maniac's trying to get in close and personal, but there is a VK guarding as well. He goes down. The SU-26 actually manages to finish off the AMX 1390. It's looking very bad for SPALE now. They've only got one AMX 1390 and they've got 2 T-32s to take out, an artillery and a full health, fully intact VK2801. And Muppetits is going down for SPALE right now. He's pinned between T-32 and a VK. And an artillery. So there's not much he can do here. Oh, he misses though. Aim Maniac misses. He's obviously not practiced his aim enough. And Muppetits trying to go around there. He has to make a play on the T-32 because if he waits too long, the SU-26 and this VK is going to be able to take him out. Nice shot there from Tingle, taking out the last AMX 1390. We didn't see that. Apologies. But let's see what's going to go down from Muppetit here. And we're going to go free cam for the final bit. Free cam. Because why not? Let's get rid of the map. And there he goes down. Awesome. Let's check out the results. Awesome. So that was actually really good here from QV. They were playing incredibly defensive, probably more than they needed to. They were definitely in back into the tree training. They were definitely in the upper hand much earlier than they let out. And let's go back to the camera. Hi guys. Sorry about this. Highfly hasn't made it, by the way. He's still in helping his mother do something in another town, so he's not actually back yet. He might be back soon and join us. I don't know. But that was actually really good. Keep swapping me. It's cool. Spell sometimes QV others. Sorry, I just got to inform the players. Unfortunately, because I'm the only person here, I've got to do all the typing, all the communications, as well as do the cast. So, yeah, here we go. Right, just check to make sure the stream is working. It is awesome sauce. This time, let's go back into the game. You don't need to see my face. Why do you want to see my face? Let's go to the game and have a look at the picking. Let's have a look at the picking. We're going to be playing on Live Oaks. Now, Live Oaks is a pretty small map. I kind of like it. There's lots of different things you can do on it. And we're going to see that they're going to start their picking now. I'm not sure if they're just going to use set strategies or they're actually going to do a picking strat. But either way, you've got this critical point over here where often you see med tanks or even whole pushes go down. A really good game between the Red Rush and the Evil Pandas happened on this map, where we waited 29 minutes and 30 seconds for 30 seconds worth of action. Now, what happened was they kept stalemating around here. Red Rush would stay around here, and the Pandas would defend, because they picked an entire team of AMX 1390s. Now, I don't expect the same sort of strategy here. I expect a more balanced layout. And again, I do think it's going to be a very heavily light, weighted very much in the light tanks. We're not going to see the heavy T-32s. They just take a bit too long to get into position on such an open map. So if the enemy team goes artillery heavy, you're really vulnerable. There are parts you can hide, but basically you've got to make sure you're unspotted. T-50-2s have a hard time as well because they've got to learn the terrain. There's lots of areas on here you can skid and lose all momentum, so you've got to be careful. You've really got to be careful. Awesome. So how are you guys doing? We're waiting for the next game to start between QV and SPALE. Ugh. How are you guys? I know it's an 8-minute delay. I apologize for that, but this is cool. We have other things in the works, which I'm not allowed to announce yet because, you know, that's the sort of thing that happens. But really exciting stuff. I'm really, really looking forward to what's going. It's going to happen soon for us. I wish I could tell you. I just got to get you excited and that's it. Right. Cool. So, yeah. I woke up today for Good Morning Tanks at 6:30. Put my phone on snooze and then woke up 1 minute past 7. The show starts at 7. So I turn up and Christian is like, "Oh, I've got to go do this myself." And I was like, "I'm here." And he's like, "Motherfucker, you turned up 1 minute later." I'm like, "Sorry." But we had a really good time this morning. I had to have a nap this afternoon because it's killing me. I'm going to bed around 3:30 in the morning, getting up at 6:45. It's not good for your health. Sleep is really important. So I do hope to see some odd tactics used. One of the advantages of playing these training matches is seeing odd tactics being used that they just wouldn't use in a tournament, because you use your tried and tested tactics when you go into a tournament. You use your tried and tested tactics when you go into a tournament. You fall back on the very safe tactics unless you're 2-0 down or up. And you, generally speaking, play it safe. Yet when you're in training, you can go, okay, let's go pure AMX 1390 and see what happens. Let's go pure VK 2801 and see what happens. Let's pick a Chinese tank, the WZ131, and see what happens. Cool. Awesome. So now we're on the side of SPALE. I need to move over the icon. So you guys know who's who, yeah? You guys know who's who. Should I put it up here? Nah, I can't really cover them up. messed up the icon. Awesome. I'm being told to follow WZ. Cool. Right, so let's just get this game on the way and... Awesome. That thing is really cool gun. Let's follow... see, I want to be able to pronounce this, the Finnish names correctly, but I'm just really bad at it. Oh, it looks like a false start. They're going to have to wait for their T50-2 to reconnect. But let's see the sort of positions they're going. Major Goldfield has spotted Muppetit before he gets back to the middle. Remember, I'm not speaking Finnish very well, so are they going to reset the match, or are they just going to continue? Oh, what a shot from Earlfish, taking out one of the scouts. That evens the score. One may be AFK, but a 50-2 is out for QV. That was a great shot from the artillery there. Let's make that a bit smaller so you can see. Yeah, of course, Earlfish is going to say play now. One. Okay, let's see what's happening. Sorry, Earlfish is saying that that shot may have been the result of them stopping to say, yeah, what's going on. Looks like they continue. Okay, they're continuing. It's all good. But in the meantime, the T1 alarm has been set off, so they know that they're trying to make a move round the back. Now this is really important. It's a very, very casual play, or so to say casual, common play between pro teams of leaving one of your T1s or a tier 1 to suicide, basically. It's a tripwire. It's going to go off if an enemy decides to push down one side, and that's it. It's dead. It doesn't do much apart from that. I have seen T1s used really effectively sometimes, but by and large is used for that. So yeah, that's what we're going to see there. So this is exactly what happens on this map, a stalemate situation. You get your scouts to come forward, pop out and say hi, either die or get back into cover, and this generally happens until one team gets bored and makes a move. I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes a full 15-minute game. So let's go to free cam and just have a general sneak about the map. Now, the key points to remember about this map is the amount of open fields. As you can see over here, the AMX 1390s, although not seeming to be rendering when I go into free cam, is unable to get any closer than the buildings over here, because if he did, he would end up being in the open and it'd be very, very easy target for the SPALE team. Now, this is the same for the SPALE if they try to cross this path as well. The only thing they could have done is move over to the town immediately at the start of the battle to have a nice fight over here. However, they wouldn't be able to cross over here, and they would find it hard to get back in time if the enemy team pushed around the outside. So this is why, generally speaking, you end up with the hold up here or the hold up here. And that's what, generally speaking, what happens on this map, as we've found out. So let's switch over to the T50-2 on the front line to see what he can find. Ah, T! I guess that's his name. But he's been cut off by a AMX 1390, and we're going to see if Laura... Yeah, Laura is able to cut them off. Answer to that is no. Yeah, actually, I'll go through a little bit of the details between these teams between the next game. Oh, what a shot! He's on fire. He's at 52 and dead. There's their scout. Kind of suicide, I would say. Look at where his positioning was. But that did reveal where the enemy's positions were. So they're not holding up over here. Muppetit is able to move forward, and we see a push of the AMX 1390. Let's go over to that view now and see what's going on. The AMX 5100 from Tingle and QV is taking a lot of heat from these two tanks here, the AMX and the Chinese tank. They're going to surround him now, but he's being tracked. Walter is now very vulnerable to artillery fire. I wouldn't be surprised if their big hit goes against him now. Big play. He's down. And now you've got the Chinese tank solo. The AMX 5100 goes down. Not so big right now because he must have been out of shells. So now we're going to see the strength of the Chinese tank. Are they viable? It was too early to tell when I was asking all the pro teams last week for their opinions. It's great to see them using it in training. But here we go. The AMX 1390 still proving they're the bosses of the battlefield here by taking out... two members of QV, but the artillery support able to save Dover. I'll just call him Dover. in the Chinese tank here, the WZ. So, oh no, what a misplay. He rammed straight into the building, and that's surely going to be the death of him because he can't get away from the T-50-2 now, and then he's gone. Just takes one misplay, but in the meantime, Muppet's gone round the back, and he has killed off the artillery and all support on that side. It is now a Tier 8 artillery versus a VK that's very heavily damaged. Sorry, versus a AMX 1390 and a T-50-2. This is really close. Oh, Sugar moved off the camera the long second, and Muppeted is able to take him down. Well done. Laura is actually out, and it's just a T-50-2. But this is anyone's game, because if this T-50-2 managed to take out Oilfish, and Oilfish, the captain of SPALE, managed to miss his shot, and that means that Heinz has got an easy time, or should in theory have an easy time, taking out the artillery, the Object 2601, and that's it's gone down. But he's now within one shot of the VK. So all Oilfish has to do is survive a little bit longer to be able to see if he can survive enough for Muppet to get back, which he can't. So now this is a one-on-one situation. Now, if Muppet doesn't get a high damage roll, there is a chance that Heinz will survive a second shot. So this is not looking good for SPALE. I honestly got to say that it's not looking good for them, because it's going to be a miracle that they roll really high. So pray to Lady Luck, Muppet, you need to. Because, well, you're at 47 HP. You either ding that thrust shell that comes out of the T-50-2, or because you're not going to get two shots off. It's just not going to happen. Heinz is a very competent player, and I expect a lot from him. I don't expect this to be any. And this is 50-50. I think Lady Luck's going to have as much to do with this as skill will be, because whoever sees whoever first, the decisions here is going to be really, really hard. I'm going to pull up the data sheets I've got on these guys to see if I can find. Snitzel saying, "Where's your VK?" And they're lying. F7. Although Muppet is heading towards that area now. Secret hiding place. They're trolling like bosses. And let me put up the email received. And we have got Heinz is the light tank specialist. I've actually been talking to them recently, Quo Vadis. I've been talking to them recently, and they said that Heinz is one of their light tank specialists. So this guy isn't an all-rounder like Muppet is. He really does specialize in the T-50-2. So this is why I do expect this to be pretty damn dangerous for Muppet. So we're going to look around and see what's going to happen. He must be nervous right now. What's going to happen? We wait with bated breath to see who is the victor of the second training match. Remember, SPALE is down 1. I don't think it matters, and you have to count these sort of matches. But certainly you do want to keep track on what strategies are working, what strategies aren't. Although I do feel that they switched maps too early, unless the Mines one was just a warm-up, because you do kind of need to play the same map over and over again to try out your different strategies. How else do you know? And here we go, contact has been spotted. Heinz is down over to the left, just dipping down and coming round. Muppet takes a snapshot, probably didn't expect anything to come of it, you know, why not? But that does reveal his position too. If he, snapshot from Heinz on the move, takes him out. There you go. As I said, Lady Luck was smiling on QV. That's 2-0 to them. Oh, as I said, it is training. It doesn't really matter. But that's huge damage there. Nice spotting damage and damage from the T-50-2 there. And the Lorraine did his job too. The artillery was very effective on both teams. So if you see here, 1,000 damage for both. It was incredibly close. I don't think one strategy was any better than the other. It was really close. The little bit of the focus fire error they had, SPALE over at this point here had a bit of focus fire error. They separated the Chinese tank and the AMX 1390, and they didn't, or should I say, wasn't able to really focus on the two AMX 1390s. They separated their firepower, which did lead to the death of their AMX 1390. And I would say that's probably the single mistake that I think can highlight them losing. It was very close, and as I said, in professional play or high tier play, it just takes one or two small mistakes to be the difference between a win and a loss. Even if it's just a whiff shot, you pull the trigger ever so early, or you get jostled, or you sneeze, and that can be enough to really mess it up. That can be really enough. That's it. That's all it has. All it takes is one or two silly mistakes.